What's up, everybody? Rawr. So, last video we were talking about this red-faced character. Yeah, I think that basically outruns you and just stares back at you if it runs past you. It doesn't really hurt you or anything, it just kind of freaks you out. Well, let's see, who's the next person that we can research and spy on in Tohoku? Tohoku is all this over here. Let's see. This thing. Dorotabou. Dorotabou, I don't know. Huh, that's just creepy enough as it is. Like it's a melting thing? Could it be a zombie? Well, it does look like it's either its skin is melting or it's made out of mud. Muddy rice field monk. Huh. Dorotabou. Okay, yeah. There you go. B-O and then U. Okay. Unused overgrown fields. And it's already done. It basically survives on vengeance alone. Vengeance. Why are most of these, quote, spirits always, quote, vengeful? No matter if it's Native American, European, African, Chinese. A lot of these spirits are like, I hate you. You must die. Rawr. A lot of them don't really do much, even if they are vengeful. Some of them like, I'm going to drag you to hell. And other places say, oh, I'm just going to scare you. Like, what is the purpose of that? Oh, you scared me. And then you just vanish and think like, is that it? Anyway, the appearance of this thing, the Dorotabou. That's just one of the weirdest things. It does not roll off your tongue that well. Dorotabou. I don't know. According to this, they are basically transformed ghosts of old men. And these men toiled hard in restaurants. Okay, well, that makes sense. But what is with the vengeance? Only to see them lie in waste by neglectful owners after their death. Oh, so the spirit of these old men who worked very hard, they passed down. They say, like those, what is the thing that called that you pass down? Like your lineage or something. Say like, this is my store, this is my field, this is my house, and I, son or daughter, I pass this to you. And because remember back then, and of course probably now, but especially back then, rice fields were very important because you need food, and most human beings were farming. They say, we cook the food, no, we grow the food, we take the food out, we can cook the food, we can get something else from someone else, trade the food. And then it turned from trade the food from food to food, now turns to food to money, and then use the money to buy the food from the next owner, I guess so. But if you don't have a lineage to continue, or if you find out that what in the spirit world, you find out that what you gave somebody, you found out that this person thought was trash, you're gonna be angry. Anyway, so they appear with one eye right there, 3 fingers. Okay, that makes sense. Rising out of the mud at nighttime, like zombies. It is said that the 5 fingers of the humans represent 3 vices and 2 virtues. Now that's new. Anger, greed, ignorance, vices. Wisdom, compassion, virtues. There are 7 virtues. And the other one was, I was wondering what the opposite of those are. Vices. The ghostly Dorotabou appears with only 3 fingers because it represents 3 vices. It is basically a spirit of vengeance and rage. You mean like the teke? Anyway. anger at the ignorance and greed that now shame its life work. Or should I say its past life work, since you're gone now. So behavior. Dorotabou roamed the overgrown field, calling it in a mournful voice, "Give me back my rice field." That'd be one of the weirdest things to say. Again, most places that have rice fields are, of course, unfortunately, in Japan. You don't really see any rice fields in Europe or Australia. That'd be so weird. You're just living somewhere and you hear moaning in Australia, like, "Where's my rice field?" I go, "What rice field? We don't have any. We have desert here, dumbass." And they're like, "Oh, wrong country. I'm sorry." And it just melts into sand again. Anyway, they haunt the fields at nightfall, of course, disturbing the new inhabitants of the land, preventing their sleeping, because they're not treating the land with respect, is what they're saying. You don't want it? Give it back to me. That's what vengeance is. Innocence. Actually, that's called sloth. Anyway, these creatures continue haunting until the wasteful owner changes their ways or gives up and flees, selling the land to someone else who will take care of the property or take proper care of the land, and then sell rice. Okay, here's a good origin. Most of Japan's land is bound up in inhospitable mountain ranges, hence the mountains back here. Just kidding, that doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, farming is impossible. It's basically rocky, or the water runs down, and then actually, if you do have a land that's on this, on the side of the hill, or a land that runs down, all the water goes down, and everything, like the fertilizer and stuff, I heard, rushes off the top and whoosh, goes down to the bottom. And then, of course, you have a slope, the bottom gets all the water, and then the bottom gets flooded. Anyway, the usable land is extremely valuable. Families can save for a lifetime just to buy a small plot of precious farmland and hope to leave it to their offspring after they die, as I said before. But the question is, how much in Japan, how much yen is a plot of land? I also want to know how much rent is and how much property, like a house is now in Japan. But how much is a farmland, I wonder? Anyway, of course, children do not always follow their parents' wishes, or should I say footsteps. That would be a better way, because there's a lot of people who are like, they want to live their life through their children, where they say, "I was never a farmer," or "I was never a dancer. You're the dancer now." I go, what? Anyway, a prodigal son who forsakes father's hard-earning fields in favor of vices, gambling and drinking, will find one of these waiting back home. That's gross. You see, when some parents do pass on, some people say, "Oh, there's grandma or someone who looks like this, this, and this," and then they go, "That was so-and-so. How do you know so-and-so? She's right there." You go, "She's right there. Grandma and great-grandma and my uncle and whoever is haunting us." And that might be another version of this. Although the question is, which hauntings are good hauntings? Because sometimes you're like, "Oh, I just need to make sure that you're taking care of your child or you're taking care of the land, and then I will pass on and feel happy, because I will know that you're doing good." But some people say, "Oh, this person's still haunting this house because I don't know." Oh well. But some parents, they try their best to do a job or do something, and they want to give it to their children, and then they get something. But that is another version of and some people might think it's another version of getting and receiving without gaining or something, or where you just inherit it. So you just say, oh, that's mine. You didn't earn it, you just got it because of the will. And some people say, well, that's actually that thing is supposed to show respect, to say, hey, my son and daughter, they get this, so they need to learn something. I don't know, I'm just making things up right now. Oh well, yeah, I guess most of us won't really have to worry about this guy unless, well, you live with a rice field or you live with some inherited property. If you do have some inherited property, do your best to keep it fixed up and do it well. If you don't have inherited property, just live in it how you want to live in it.